What if you can make an extra $500 a month? Now, same question. What if you can make an extra $500 a month without doing any work? That's what passive income is all about, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. What's up everybody, I am Jaspreet Singh from the MinorityMindset.com, where money minds rethink rich. I didn't grow up learning about money. When I first heard of this concept, passive income, I thought it meant that if you were a doctor, like if you had a really good degree, then you can make passive income, because if you're a doctor, then you can charge somebody $1,000 or $2,000 just to treat them for being sick. It seemed passive enough because you can make a lot of money without doing a ton of work because you put in all the work when you were in medical school. Then towards the end of high school and in the beginning of college, I read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and this really changed my mind about what passive income was. After I read the book, I heard about this thing called real estate investing and I got really excited because it looked kind of like this. So let's say you wanted to buy this property and it costs $100,000. Now, you can put $100,000 down to buy this property with cash, or you can go to the bank and the bank is going to give you a $80,000 loan to buy this house. So now you put down $20,000, the bank gives you $80,000, and then you can buy this home, and after you buy this home, you're not gonna live there yourself, you're gonna rent it out to this person right here who's very happy because now they have a nice home to live in, and as they live in your home, they're gonna have to pay you rent. So this person's gonna be paying you $1,000 a month every single month to live in your property, whether you're at work at your job or whether you're on the beach. But this $1,000 that you're making every single month isn't all profit because you have expenses to pay. Like the first thing you gotta do is you gotta pay the bank. The bank's gonna want something like $500 a month in payments for their $80,000 loan. Then you gotta have to pay your taxes and your insurance, which is another $150 a month. And then you gotta pay for maintenance because guess what? Sometimes things break. That's another $100 a month. And then you got vacancy and miscellaneous. That's another $100 a month. Add that up, 100, 200, 350, 850. That's $850 in expenses. So you are left with $150 in your pocket every single month in passive income just for owning this asset. But this is where things get even better, because now what if you don't want to put down $20,000? The bank's not going to give you a whole $100,000 loan. So what you can do is when you're buying this property, you can go to the seller and you can say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I have an idea for you. How about instead of me giving you the whole $100,000 right now, I will give you $80,000 right now because this is what the bank is giving you, and you, the seller, are going to loan me $20,000 and I will pay you interest on this $20,000 that you loan me. Now, the seller isn't going to give you an actual $20,000 check. They're just going to give you the property for $80,000, and then you're going to have to pay the seller interest on this $20,000 that you borrow. So now if you do that, you have $80,000 in the bank here and another $20,000 from the previous seller. So you're buying the property with no money. You're buying this property with no money out of your pocket, and then you're gonna have to pay the seller an additional, put it in red, $130 a month, because the seller's probably gonna want more interest than the bank to incentivize them to give you this $20,000 loan, which means now you are left with $20 a month every single month in passive income. And you don't have to really dish out any cash to do this because the bank gave you $80K, the seller gave you $20K, and this person is paying you $1,000 a month, which is paying for your mortgage, is paying for all the expenses, and it's leaving you with $20 a month every single month. Now it's just a numbers game. If you can make $20 a month without paying out any cash and without doing any work, if you just do this 25 times, well, now you got $500 a month coming in your pocket in passive income without you doing anything and without paying out any cash. It sounds good and it sounds pretty simple in theory, right? Well, theory isn't always reality, because then I read this book and that's when the 2008 crash happened, and now property values got slashed in half and people stopped paying rent. And so this whole system kind of flopped, and people that were doing this were making a killing in the early 2000s, but then they lost everything because the whole system imploded. I was actually super fortunate because when I learned this, I tried to do exactly this, but I wasn't even 21 yet. I was still in school, I didn't have a job, and so I couldn't get approved for a mortgage, which kind of worked out in my favor because then when real estate prices crashed, I came in and I bought a lot of real estate, but I'll get to that in just a little bit. Let's start with some ground rules on passive income, and you can start by passively smashing that thumbs up button below, because the way the YouTube algorithm works, if you do not smash that thumbs up button, then YouTube is much less likely to show you and other people our financial news and education videos. Passive income now is not a way to get rich quick. There is a lot of misconceptions out there on the internet about how you can suddenly start making $10,000 a month in passive income while doing nothing. It doesn't work like that. Passive income is also not a way for you to replace your income. Replace income overnight. So replace income quickly. And passive income is not something that only rich people can get. So only for rich people. Anybody can start generating passive income. And yes, you can replace your income, but it's not going to happen overnight. And yes, people do get rich because of passive income, but it doesn't happen quickly. This is a long-term game. That way you can build passive income. That way you can replace your income. And that way you can become wealthy. But it takes time to do it. What is passive income? Well, passive income is a long-term wealth building game. This is something that you're going to be doing consistently starting today. It's not something you can just do one time or two times. This is something that you're going to continually be building up for the rest of your life. That way you can continue to generate a new stream of passive income. This is something that everybody should be doing. This is something we should probably be taught in schools, even though we're not. But this is something that is not going to happen overnight, but it's something that will slowly start to build and compound and generate you more income if you stay consistent with it. The most accessible way to get passive income is by investing in dividend-paying stocks. A stock is a company, and when you invest in a stock, you become one of the owners of that company. So if you go out and you buy just one share of the McDonald's company, you become one of the owners of the McDonald's corporation. Now, you don't get any free fries or free burgers with that, but you are one of the owners of the company and you are entitled to a share of the profits. Now, there are some big companies out there like McDonald's that make so much cash, and at the end of the year, they have all this cash in their bank account and they just don't know how to invest all this extra cash back into their company. So what they do is they just take this extra cash and throw it back at their investors, people like you who own their stock, and so you get a check every 3 months typically, and this check, this passive income cash that you're getting just for owning their stock, is called a dividend. Now, not every company pays a dividend. It's typically going to be your bigger companies, your more established companies, because these are the companies that are making a ton of profit and they just don't know what to do with their extra cash. Like McDonald's, for example. McDonald's pays out a 2.5% annual dividend yield. What that means is if you went out and you invested $100 into McDonald's today, over the next year, they would pay you $2.50. So if you wanted to make $500 a month in passive income from dividends, well, $500 a month times 12 months, that is $6,000 a year. So now we got to work backwards. I had to get a new black marker because that one was dying. But if you want to make $6,000 a year, which is $500 a month, well, if you're getting a 2.5% return, that means you got to do $6,000 divided by 2.5%. Look at how nice that marker is. Well, now that means you have to invest $250,000 into the McDonald's company today in order to make $6,000 a year, which is about $500 a month through dividends. Now, I get it, $250,000 is a lot of money. And even if you did save up $250,000, throwing it all into one company just because they're paying you a 2.5% dividend probably isn't a good idea. But what the good news is that some companies pay out even higher dividends. IBM pays out about a 5.25% annual dividend, SPG pays out about a 6% annual dividend, and AT&T is paying out a 6.7% annual dividend at the time of me recording this video. The second way that you can make $500 a month in passive income is by investing your money in real estate, which is my favorite place to invest my money for passive income. But there are some roadblocks that you have to jump over to start investing in real estate. Unlike the stock market, when you invest in real estate, you are in charge of your money. Now, this can be good news or bad news depending on who you are, but you can compare that to investing in something like McDonald's. When you invest in McDonald's, McDonald's has their own CEO, they have their own executive team, they have their own board, they have a whole bunch of employees, so they have a bunch of people that you hope are smart enough to run the company and make the company more money. When you invest in real estate, you are the CEO of your investment, and you are the one that's in charge of your investment, and you are the one that's in charge of your real estate, and you are the one that's in charge of whether or not you make money. I have read a ton of real estate books, and I have took a ton of real estate courses, and the issue with almost all of these people talking about real estate investing is that they make real estate investing sound so simple and so easy. All you have to do is find a property you like, and you actually don't even have to do this yourself. You can just find a real estate agent, have them find you a property, you buy the property, and then you hand over the keys to a property manager and let them do all the work. Now, in theory, yes, that works. But in reality, if you don't know what you're doing, it doesn't work like that. The first property I ever bought was a small condo. And when I bought this property, I found a property manager. And this property manager wasn't finding a tenant very quickly, so I went out and I found a tenant for this property. Now, I put this tenant into the property, I told the property manager, but the property manager didn't get a lease from the tenant. And this property manager had a contractor that would do work in the property, but that contractor was not licensed. So there was a whole host of issues that I didn't even know were possible because I just hoped that a property manager would do everything for me. So yes, real estate can be very passive because now my investments are very passive. I only spend maybe an hour a month reviewing my financial statements, but to get started and to understand real estate investing, it takes a lot of work in the beginning because you're going to be the one going to properties and you're going to be the one that's looking at renovations, talking to contractors, talking to property managers to learn how it works, and you're going to make mistakes. Like I even talked about my worst real estate deal ever on YouTube, and if you want to see that video, I'll also link it for you in the description below. The thing that you have to understand about investing in real estate in general is that when you see properties with better returns, they typically have more risk, and properties that have lower returns typically have less risk. So if you don't want any headaches, you're going to get smaller returns. But if you're willing to take on more risk, you could potentially get higher returns. So if you're out and you're investing in primetime New York or primetime California, you might only make a 2 or 3% annual return on your money. That means if you invest $100,000 in cash, you might only make $2,000 or $3,000 a year in profit, if that, depending on where you invest. I'm in the Midwest. In my area, you can get a 7% return on your money pretty comfortably. So if you go out and you invest $100,000 in cash, you will make $7,000 a year in passive income from rent in profit. At the same time, I have some friends that invest in real estate and they won't do a real estate deal unless they're making at least 15% a year on their money. So they're looking at more affordable housing and they're going into rougher areas, and because there's more risk involved, they can get a potentially higher return. Now, these people also have to deal with more tenant turnover, they have to deal with more evictions and more issues like that, but they're also getting a better return on their money. So you have to kind of figure out where you want to be. The way real estate investing works, like I kind of mentioned earlier in this video, is you are going to buy a property. It could be a house, it could be a multifamily unit, it could be an office building, it could be a mixed use building. You're buying some property and somebody is going to use this property that you bought. In exchange for them living in your property or using your property, they're going to pay you rent every single month. Now, what you have to understand here is that the more debt you take on, the bigger your headache. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't take on any debt. I mean, there is a way that you can strategically use debt or leverage in real estate, but in general, the more debt you have, the bigger your headache. But for the purposes of this video, because this is not a real estate investing video, let's assume that you're only investing cash and you're gonna try to get a 7% return on your money. If you want to make $500 a month in profit and you can get a 7% return on your money, that means you need to invest something like $86,000 in order for you to make $500 a month or $6,000 a year in passive income. Again, in the beginning of you being a real estate investor, it is not going to be passive. You're going to have to kind of get over this learning curve. But once you get over the learning curve, yes, once you invest $86,000, you can make an extra $500 a month passively if you can get a 7% annual return on your money, which is a pretty reasonable return if you're in the Midwest. Now, if you're in the West Coast or the East Coast, this is going to be a little bit lower, but this should give you a general idea. And third, I want to talk about pseudo passive income because this has to do with making money on the internet. Now, this isn't completely passive. That's why I call it pseudo passive, because you're going to have to put in a ton of work in the beginning. And in the beginning, you're not going to make any money. But it's kind of like disproportionate how much money you can make on the back end, because if you put in a ton of work in the beginning, then you kind of start to see this hockey stick curve where the amount of money you make on the back end starts to shoot up like this. The whole way the pseudo passive income model works is you're going to put out content on the internet. So I do this on YouTube. You can do this through YouTube or in podcast or in blog or through Instagram. It doesn't really matter. You just need to put out content on the internet, and people need to see this content. If people start to see this content, you can monetize this content either through selling your own products or through selling other people's products as an affiliate salesperson. That's something that we do. If you look at our YouTube description, you're going to see a list of companies that we work with as affiliates. Now, anytime one of our viewers purchase or sign up for one of our partners, we get compensated. Let me go over some numbers so you can see how this works. Let's say that you go out and you start a fitness blog because you really like working out, and you teach people how to burn fat and how to build muscle, and you become a partner and affiliate for a protein supplement. So this is some protein powder, and anytime one of your people buy this protein powder, you make $20. Now, if your goal is to make $500 a month, that means you're gonna have to sell 25 of these a month. In order to make one sale, you might have to have 100 people actually go to the checkout page for this protein product. So if we're talking about making 25 sales, that means you have to have 2,500 people go to the checkout page, this will check out page every single month. Now, everybody that goes to the checkout page has to originally start off on your website. And so if you make a blog post where you talk about working out and you recommend this protein supplement, not everybody who reads this blog post is going to go to the checkout page. You might only see 3% of readers click that link in your article that's going to take them to the checkout page. So if only 3% of your readers are clicking that checkout page, that means you're going to need something like 85,000 readers in order to get 2,500 people onto the checkout page in order to make 2,500 sales a month, which will make you $500 a month in passive income. Now, as somebody who puts out a lot of content on the internet, I can tell you that it takes a lot of work and a lot of time to get to something like 85,000 monthly readers or monthly viewers or monthly visitors. But if you continually put out content, this is something that kind of will start happening on its own, because people are going to start liking your content, they're going to share your content, and they'll keep coming back day after day after day. Like this month, our YouTube channel is expected to hit something like 5 million monthly views. Making YouTube videos is not passive by any means, just like how writing a blog is not passive. But if you continually put in that work, then you can start building the pseudo passive income. The best part about this is you don't need a ton of money to get started. Like when I started our YouTube channel, I started Minority Mindset with less than $500. I started making videos off of my iPhone in front of a white wall with no real lighting or equipment or setup. I was just making videos off of my phone. So it was a very cheap setup, and you can start a blog for way less than $1,000. Now, it takes a ton of time on your end, but if you continually put in that work and you continually keep growing and putting out content, eventually, yeah, you can get to the 85,000 monthly reader mark or monthly viewer mark. And if you do that, you can get to the 25 sales, which will make you $20 per sale, which will make you something like $500 a month in pseudo passive income, because content creation is definitely not passive. If you enjoyed this video, here's a video that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our free finance and business newsletter. And as always, keep hustling. Discipline in an immigrant's house like my house was when your mom's hand met your right cheek. I'll study harder next time. So my dad gave me this Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and I